this is Full Game Prometheus, guys, giving you another full game breakdown. I'm going to be rolling with the San Francisco 49ers as my Regs team, and also my playbook on offense and defense. This is a full scheme that I've rolled out to my patrons. Basically 11 formations already broken down. This is the first batch of formations, roughly about 5 different formations, a lot of under center stuff that I was using. I'm going against a top 1,000 opponent. He's ranked 455 when I played this guy, and I will tell you this much: this guy basically shredded me with basically one play. It was very difficult to stop, and once again, it was one of those situations where after you watch the gameplay and you see what happens, you're like, oh my god, I can't believe that I let this guy just destroy me with one simple play. And he was very effective at it. This guy knew exactly what he was doing. He was just doing a basic stretch play, just an RPO stretch play. And he just kept running the ball, and he didn't care whether he got a couple yards or 3 or 4 yards. He didn't get out of this offense, he didn't get out of this play. He just kept taking the ball and just shoving it down my throat and basically telling me to stop it. And I'm a kind of player that tries to anticipate basically someone making adjustments or setting an opponent up, and he never did it. He never got away from his play. He just kept running the play and took what he got. So I'm going to be using a bunch of different formations that are under center formations right here. This is just, you know, a double out type situation out of that close formation. This is a really good play. It's an RPO, just inside run, and then a nice little fullback route. It's kind of a really goofy route to actually attack my opponent. And I'm just working the clock down a little bit, showing my opponent a couple different looks, doing this wing formation out of the single back. I've got complete breakdowns of how I'm running these plays, but this is the first time I actually got into a live Regs game with this formation. And for the most part, my opponent really had a hard time stopping a lot of stuff right there. I figured he was going to peel off to the crosser, so I knew that he's most likely going to get away from that spot route. So that's when I went ahead and popped that spot route. Now I've got close formation, just a nice little inside run. He actually gets a good block shot off of my tackle to basically go ahead and get me in a 3rd and goal. And I'm hit a crosser across the middle because this guy ran a lot of man coverage. So he was running a lot of man coverage defensively. He didn't really get out of what he was doing, but I was actually trying to force this. So right here, once again, basically his offensive line just bottled up my defensive line, and my outside defenders just didn't really get out. And even if he did get tackled with a running back like Zeke, basically he was just falling forward for yards. So I had an extremely hard time stopping this guy's offensive line. Even though he kept running the same play over and over again, I didn't necessarily have any kind of a defense to lock this particular play up. So I'm going to get in the lab. I'm going to try to find a defense. If you guys have a defense that you see that actually stops the stretch play, let me know. It's always good to have something in your back pocket to actually stop it. I jumped into a 5-2 defense, which is basically 5 down linemen, and every time I jumped on it, I always gave up a big play. So back to the 43, he gets a nice little block off my one guy and pushes my guy off. So back into the 43 defense, once again the stretch route. You could just see the guys coming out and double teaming my outside defenders. My outside defenders essentially weren't doing anything. And what he was doing is essentially just flipping things out. Right here, I had a defender right there to play the ball, and he doesn't play it correctly. Now he hits me with basically a levels play with the outside. He takes a shot up top. My defensive back actually plays it perfectly. And he takes another shot at the same play over again. My guy's actually getting in his way. He has to check it down underneath with CC Lamb, and actually it goes in tackle. He actually burns a timeout, and right here, smartly, instead of going for it and putting him in a situation where he can give up opportunity, he takes the points and takes the lead. So you don't get into the top 1,000 without actually having good strategy and learning how to win games. And he actually was a smart player because he was taking his points and wasn't really stupid right there. So nice little crosser. I love that particular play. It's great to build off the scheme. He had press coverage. He was playing a lot of single coverage, a lot of man coverage. So I knew I can have a shot play over the top of him. with that. So once again, right here, motion the guy out, just keep my opponent guessing, just check it down to the tight end, just pick up the easy yards, get it to a 2nd and 4 situation down to the goal line. He actually looked like he ran commit. I'm able to go ahead and get the ball down to the 1 yard line. Then I motion out the running back. I've got a fullback dive here. He's got a really stacked box, but because the fullback dive is kind of a quick handoff, I'll be able to go ahead and pick up a touchdown. So up basically 4 points to his 10 in this type of situation. He actually comes right back to this I-form stretch play. And right here, he's just bouncing off my tackle. So my guys are tackling him. They're getting in the backfield. They're actually getting into his lanes. And right there, he just bounces right off. So now I'm frustrated. I go into a nickel defense, which essentially is not a run-heavy defense against a very run-heavy set. But I'm just frustrated because this guy just will not give up on the run. I'm expecting him to go into some type of a play action where he's going to go and hit Amari Cooper up top or some type of crossing range, but this guy would not get away from it. He just stayed with the same play over and over again. So now I go into basically a cover 3 type shell right here. He just quick snaps me. I press my guys down. It gets him to a 2nd and 8. This is one of the few stops right there. But look at this. He just breaks a tackle and gets to the outside. So this guy was just picking, just basically working his way down. And there was really nothing I could do about it. Right here, I get him the bottle up on the left side. He goes back to the inside run, gets into a 3rd and 2 situation. I go in a very heavy man blitz. My guy comes underneath. He actually breaks through my tackle and takes the ball into the house with that particular run. I had people in the backfield. They actually tackle him, but he was getting the animations. He actually had his guy lit up in that type of situation. So I'm thinking of myself, I'm going to try to chew down as much clock as much as possible. Try not to give this guy any time left over with the ball, but I also have to get obviously in field goal range to keep things going. So I check it down right in front of his user. I get away with one right there. I'm pretty fortunate that I didn't get an interception because I threw right in front of him. But right here, I actually get a little broken tackle action. And then I got a corner route over here with Samuels. I'm able to go and catch it and just do, possession catch it. I want to make sure I catch the ball. And then I jump into this particular play. He's running a lot of man coverages. And sure enough, Samuels is just wide open right over the middle. This is a nice little crossing route. I've got a 1-play touchdown in this type of situation, so I just back off. And I was debating, I'm like, do I go in? Do I go in? And previously his defense was I was struggling to get the ball in, so I just decided to go and put the ball in and just give him a minute left with 3 timeouts. He hasn't passed the ball at all, so I haven't really seen any kind of a passing situation where he was using some passing plays. And what does this guy do? He goes right back at it. I'm in a nickel defense. As you can see, my guys just getting completely sandwiched out of the way, but I'm able to go and tackle him for basically no gainer. Once again, right there, nice cut with his running back, and he gets himself into field goal range, but he's actually 4 points out. And here's the craziest thing. Look what he did. He took the clock down really low with basically 3 seconds left. In this type of situation, I tackle him with 3 seconds left. He is 17 yards out, so I go with a cover 4 shell in this type of situation, and I'm basically just not allowing him to go and hit me over the middle, and I'm just trying to play the middle of the field. And right here, he hits my guys and basically hits them over the top. I just discovered that I have been making a common adjustment with my defense. I've been doing a lot over like protect the sticks, and because it was like a 2nd and 4 and I was playing protect the sticks, my outside defender that should have played that out route, you could see he's playing down at 4 yards depth. He should have been out there to go and play that route, but because I hit protect the sticks, I gave this up. So that was just a big bonehead play by me. I should have went into a cover 2 shell. I should have played zone depths of 15 yards and just let him go ahead and try to complete something in front of my defenders, and unfortunately I don't get it. So once again, guys, I'll be rolling out. I got another gameplay against another top 1,000 player. I'll be showing you guys shortly, but once again, thank you for your support. Until next time.